बीवी बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी सर पे आ गई तो कमाने भी लगेगा।
तो क्या अभी कुछ भी नहीं कमाता?
नहीं, ये मैंने कब कहा मौसी, कमाता है, लेकिन अब रोज रोज तो आदमी जीत नहीं सकता ना, कभी हार भी जाता है बेचारा।
Of course, Gabbar, I mean, you really did not expect a villain like this. You had never seen a villain like this on Indian screen who had a sense of humor and who was just saying these superb dialogues that every kid in the country was mouthing, and that he was so scary and funny and eerie all at the same time, you know. And also I think, I mean, that was the biggest blessing and the biggest curse for Amjad Khan, because you do a character like that, and how do you go beyond that?
रामगढ़ के वासियों, भाग कर देखो अपने अपने घरों से, यही जियाले आए थे तुम्हें गब्बर सिंह से बचाने के लिए। निकल गई सब हेकड़ी इनकी, सब हेकड़ी।
I mean, the first time people were wearing jeans on screen. You know, in Hindi cinema, the first time they were wearing like faded denim jeans and denim jackets. That time you just enjoyed the song and Ye Dosti and everything. But now when you see it, they are so intricately done. I mean, hats off to them too. I don't think we can do those songs today. I mean, the scooter breaking into half and then in the same shot joining again, and beautifully done. I think apparently they took 10 days or something per song. I think even just to watch Mehbooba again, or to watch that last song, you know, I think the first time people smirked and said, oh God, over dramatic and the glass is breaking, and they've copied Pakiza and she's dancing on the glass. But I think even that just became a highlight. I think it's the movie I've watched the maximum times. It's the movie that inspires me the most when I'm really like down and I don't know how to take a shot or how do I shoot. I just watch the movie. In Mehuna, before I started Mehuna, I watched Sholay at least 10 times to just see the shot breakdown of the scenes and how they have done the shots and how the camera has moved and how many times they have cut. And I think that kind of, it's like a textbook in filmmaking.
अगर किसी ने हिलने की कोशिश की तो भून के रख दूंगा। गब्बर सिंह, अपने आदमियों से कह दो कि अपनी बंदूकें फेंक दें।
I really think that no one should try and remake it, because unless you're going to top it, you know, I mean, unless you're going to really do something outstanding and you're confident about that, and you have actors like that, and you have, I mean, a hero who's as good looking as Dharmender, or an actor like Amitabh or Sanjeev Kumar, there's something little untouchable about Sholay.
Let's take another short break on this special show. When we come back, Anurag Basu, director of films like Gangster and Metro, makes his vote on the film he believes has had the greatest impact on Hindi cinema in the last 60 years. Prolific director of television soaps, Anurag Basu's earliest attempts at feature filmmaking were mostly forgettable. He squabbled with his producer while directing the campus whodunit Kuch To Hai in 2003, and the same year he churned out the unimpressive supernatural saga Saya. It wasn't until 2004 when he ripped off the Hollywood hit Unfaithful and used it as a starring vehicle for Malika Sherawat that Basu was first truly noticed. It may have been a rip-off, but Murder was also a very cleverly directed film that hit bullseye at the box office. 2 years later, in 2006, Basu delivered a masterstroke with Gangster and topped that up this year with the compelling ensemble drama Metro. Why we pick Basu over so many others is because he's among the few directors who's worked with newcomers and non-stars and extracted commendable performances from most. Whether Malika in Murder, Shiny Ahuja and Kangna Ranaut in Gangster, or then Irfan Khan in Metro, they've all delivered under Basu's baton. His films all bear a slick city feel to them, presenting an urban reality that's distinctly different.
It's very difficult to pinpoint at one film because there are many films which has changed the trend of Bollywood cinema. But we can easily pick up, big films like Sholay, like Mother India, like Bobby. But sometimes there's small films, very insignificant, very small films, which slowly changes the trend of Hindi cinema and you never realize it. And I think one of those films is Hyderabad Blues. I went to see Hyderabad Blues. I was with my girlfriend. I thought hall khali rahega, chale jao andar. I never went to see Hyderabad. I'm going to see a great film. But you know what? I think everybody went like that to see Hyderabad Blues. They were not expecting anything out of it. And then we see as a great film. You forget your girlfriend and your in-laws in the film, and it was a great film. It was a real film with little commercial masala also. The end was real. It was very commercial, of the marriages happening, the couples getting exchanged, but it was done in a very realistic way, and it was a fun film. I think audience, Hyderabad Blues made that multiplex audience ready for the films later, which came and became a huge success.
I should have said this a long time ago.
Then say it.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
I think there was the first time when Nagesh, the whole sequence, the first time he comes to Hyderabad and he goes to his family and how he's meeting all the relatives, because he's this NRI guy who comes from America and Hyderabad, and how people are trying to fix him up with their own girls. So that scene was very nice.
Isn't she beautiful? People tell me she should be in the movies. She can beat Madhuri Dixit any day.
Stop it,
And
Mommy.
she sings so well. She knows all the songs on MTV. What is that song? Aces, Bases.
Ace of base, Mommy.
Excuse me, Shashi auntie. He's tired and hungry. I'm sure he would love to hear Sandhya sing later. He's going to be here for a whole month.
Nagesh's friend's character was very nice. The character, the girl who he gets married was very nice. They were very real. And you don't talk about masturbation in cinema, and they talk about it openly. And people enjoyed it. It was not even censored. The things you don't see in Hindi cinema, things you don't hear, we thought we should not say this in dialogue, ये सब नहीं बोलना चाहिए. वो सब हमने देखा Hyderabad Blues में.
I took care of business. Yeah? He's got 2 kids already. Sent his wife off to her parents' place for a number 3. Patience, son. It's only a matter of weeks for him now.
There were a lot of glitches in the film technically, which I think Nagesh will also agree now. When he will also look back and see his first film, he will also realizes what the mistakes he had made in that film. But that doesn't matter, because it was a beautiful film. Who is worried about technically how you have shot it, how you have not shot it? He's just telling a story. And knowing he has not learned any cinema from any school, and he has just learned cinema by watching good cinema, and he has never assisted anybody. And that's exactly my career is also. I have never assisted any film director. I just I'm a film lover. I'm a passionate film lover. I just started making movies. So I think the Nagesh was the first person to do it. But yeah, the storytelling style was absolutely new. It had very new characters, real characters. See, my cinema always had real characters. That was the influence, I think, from Hyderabad. So all my characters are very real.
12 years and still an hour late. Can't help it, yeah. Once a Hyderabadi, always a Hyderabadi.
We're talking about the night we almost got arrested.
For that stupid bottle of beer. Yeah. With all our money, Kanjus never used to give a share. You haven't stopped trying for the last 12 years. Once a Marwadi, always a Marwadi.
The storytelling style was absolutely new, because it was just pages out of your own diary. It looked like the filmmaker is talking about his own life, and not a very dramatic life. Sometimes people made film. Mahesh Bhatt made Earth, which was kind of based on his own life. It was a dramatic life, and lot of ups and downs. But you know what? He made a film which is just out of his own diary. He picked up drama from your daily life. You don't have to be criminal, a murderer, to have drama in your life. Every common man has drama in their own life, and he captured that drama. If you see Metro is about capturing drama of common man's life. And I think we all are influenced by Hyderabad Blues, somewhere down there. If you realize, if we don't know, it's unknowingly you get influenced by that film, Hyderabad Blues, because we get a lot of inspiration to all our filmmakers.
It's not wrong. Relax. Stop me if you think this is wrong.
Hyderabad Blues was not parallel cinema. It was not a comedy. It was an entertaining cinema. It didn't follow the norm of parallel cinema. It had a very entertaining end, which a art filmmaker will never do it. And he dared to do that, picking up on actors who were non-actors. He just picked up some friends here and there and who were not stars. He had confidence in his story and his craft. I think that was very important.
So when are you going to marry her?
Again, Sanjeev,
You publicly held her hand. To most girls, that's a sure sign. Almost like sex or something.
People who have got bored with typical Bollywood storytelling style, which is very predictable. You know by the first half an hour what is going to be the climax of the film. So then maybe we should watch a different film. Audience got to watch a different kind of film, different kind of actors after a long time. It was made in a very shoestring budget with non-actors.
By the way, कुछ लाया क्या? Perfumes, घड़ियाँ, Ray-Ban. अच्छा दाम दिलाऊंगा. बेकार आदमी है रे तू. ठीक है, शाम में मिलता हूँ. If I'm still standing.
The success of Hyderabad Blues in many ways actually changed the trend of Hindi cinema. The makers like Meera Nair and Gurinder Chadha had ready audiences after Hyderabad Blues. The term multiplex cinema has started after Hyderabad Blues. People have started making cinema for urban metro audiences. And there are many young filmmakers like me, because I remember when I watched Hyderabad Blues, I was trying to get into the industry. I was just out of my college. And Hyderabad Blues gave me a lot of hope.
Following traditions blindly is stupidity.
At least I'm not a deserter.
Is that what I am? Just because I had the good fortune to compare two cultures, to take the best of both and make my own. Have you ever tried to see my point of view?
We always thought you can never enter Bollywood without godfathers. And here there's a filmmaker who is passionate about movies, enters without the godfather, makes a film as a hit film. So I think filmmakers like me, Vishal, everybody, who came here without any godfather, gave a lot of hope.
Stop staring at her. She's going to be a sister-in-law. Shit, sorry. You've decided. You've decided to marry her. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous?
It was just magic. And it just came out from heart. You cannot repeat it.
It's time now for a short break on this special show. When we come back, Karan Johar picks his personal favorite as the film he believes has had the biggest impact on Hindi cinema in the last 6 decades. Karan Johar's first film, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, had Tommy Hilfiger denims and chiffon saris side by side, sparking off this director's special type of cinema. Johar's movies are always a blend of the ultra-modern with the purely traditional, whether it's the family Veepathon, Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum, or the more intimate Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. Through his larger-than-life treatment, Johar expertly maneuvers the emotions of Indians both here and abroad. He's helped define the careers of stars like Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol, Rani Mukherjee, Preeti Zinta and Abhishek Bachchan. But he's on our list today because few can construct magical screenplay moments like Karan Johar can.
Speaking from the current lot of filmmakers, the younger lot of filmmakers, I would think that the film that really made a big difference to mainstream Indian cinema, I think that kind of changed the things to come after that, was truly a film that released in 1995 that's still running in the theatres, and I believe it's Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And I'm not saying this because I was a part of the process, I was an assistant on the film, but I truly believe it changed the way we perceived love, the way we looked at lover-parent conflict, the way we looked at romance in cinema. It was up to then all love stories, going back to Love Story, Bobby, Betab, all the the launch pads for the various star sons. I think all of them had them running away with their lovers. They all ran away, because the parents opposed or there was some kind of opposition, and the track that the lovers took was to run away, to rebel, right up to what Shah Rukh Khan said in Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And that was a very, very tremendous thought for that time, because up to then there was no such film. It's a simple line, it's a simple thought, but up to then there was absolutely no film that carried that.
भागा तो परायों से जाता है, अपनों से हम भागकर जाते भी तो कहाँ जाते? ये हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं, हमारे माता पिता हैं.
And if you see Dilwale, not only this, it's the way they were dressed, Shah Rukh and Kajol. There was a certain natural way of dressing. They dressed like any youngster would. They all made sure that the youngsters after that would start dressing like that. Very simple. There was jeans and shirts. Kajol was in absolute casual wear, not over the top garish kind of wardrobe that was synonymous with Indian cinema before that. Even the look of the film, the set design, everything about the film had the new, young, cool approach to it. On the first day of the shooting of Dilwale, I was an assistant, and then they gave me the grand responsibility of the clap, and no one told me the clap is supposed to be given in front of the camera. I had no idea, I was clueless. I was standing at the clap thinking that the world would turn towards me, and they finally screamed at me. And then I had Mr. Amrish Puri, the late Amrish Puri, who was a veteran actor, come up to me and say that